Hello, I'm Srilata, Chief Dietitian, Medicover Hospitals, Madhapur. Today we'll be talking about post-COVID nutrition. Now that we are in the second wave of COVID, and this pandemic has done a lot of chaos in our lives. So people who have survived have multiple health issues, like they have a lot of protein loss, weight loss, and they have much of weakness post COVID. Fatigue is there, vitamin, mineral deficiencies are present, and few of them are getting constipated, hyperacidity, gastritis, drug induced. So few of them have polyneuropathy because of the long-standing antibiotic administration. So these are the common post-COVID symptoms and issues what they have. So we are here to discuss about the diet, which is going to improve the symptoms and give better health outcomes. So basically, post-COVID, people who have recovered from severe COVID illness, moderate or mild, whichever is the illness. So the diet is similar, which is a balanced diet. This diet should include all the food groups what we eat. Basically, for severe COVID illness patients, most of them are very sick, weak, and convalescents. They lose lot of protein when they are hospitalized in ICU. So most of them can take liquids, like small frequent liquids with three solid meals, at least half the quantity, which is really softly cooked. So we can start the day with a glass of milk with half a teaspoon or quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder, which is a very good antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and a very good diuretic. So morning and evening you can give them. But patients who develop secondary lactose intolerance, that means they have bloating of abdomen, gaseous distension, or loose stools with milk, they should avoid milk. Instead, they can go with soya milk or any food supplement advised by your dietitian. It could be fortified with omega-3 fatty acids. So that supplement could be a choice, or any standard formula can be taken. Breakfast can be soft, something like your idli sambar or upma, pongal, soft khichdi, anything like this South Indian breakfast items you can take. If you want to take some cereals, you may get constipated. So ensure that you add adequate amount of fruit along with your breakfast cereals to ensure proper bowel movement. So mid-morning is something that where you can get again a protein snack or a fruit. If you have an early satiety, so take a small fruit. If you're comfortable eating, so you can take 2 fruits, at least 200 grams of fruit. Try not to take fruit juices. If the patient is quite sick, unable to eat, so you can give him a glass of fruit juice. We need to understand that fruits have good amounts of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber, but they are devoid of protein. So fruits can't be our meal. It can be a snack, a healthy snack. So a small fruit can be okay, or 200 grams of fruit should be okay. And lunch and dinner can be similar, something like softly cooked rice, dal, vegetable, curd. And green leafy vegetables to be focused on, because that gives us very good amounts of iron, folic acid, minerals like calcium, magnesium, iron, phosphorus, and zinc, selenium also. These are the minerals which are really important for our muscle activity, cardiac activity, and for hemoglobin improvement. We need a lot of iron and folic acid. Because of the COVID, people tend to develop severe anemia when they are hospitalized in ICU. So greens play a vital role. You can give them like mint leaves freshly washed, mash them and add it to lassi and give them as a snack. Otherwise, it can be prepared like a raita, or you can add it to soft fulkas, or you can prepare some mint pulav or coriander pulav or curry leaf pulav, anything like that. A fried rice also can be given, which is softly cooked. Ensure that you give them at least 100 grams of green leafy vegetable, which are of highly to be focused. Softly cooked vegetable can be given along with dal, like rich gur dal, kundru dal, any dal can be given, or it can be a leafy dal. or it can be a vegetable sambar. If the patient is stable, you can also give them chola, chana and rajma, which adds to good amounts of protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals. These pulses and grams are good in zinc and also iron and also calcium. So can be given as a snack which is boiled and seasoned in the evening times. Dinner and lunch can be similar. In the evening snack, try to give them some soaked nuts. If the patient appetite is very poor, you can just fry them in 1 teaspoon of ghee, add a dash of pepper and give them so that it adds some flavor and taste. The aroma which is fried or sauteed in ghee gives them good taste. So something like an almonds or cashew nuts or pecans or pine nuts can be just sauteed in ghee. Or if the patient appetite is good, you can just soak them and give them. If the patient has poor appetite, not able to eat solid foods properly, you can take 2 tablespoons of soaked nuts, mash them to a paste, add that in 200 ml of lassi and give them as a badam lassi or a nut lassi. This adds to very good protein, calcium, vitamins and minerals. It's a very healthy snack for them. And also you can give them some thick dal soup. Something like add 1 or 2 tomatoes, boil them in dal or some greens or some lemon you can add. This thick dal soup with a 2-3 drops of ghee and pepper will add lot of taste and good protein to the person. And they give good amounts of energy and protein also. So dry fruits can be an option, but they are highly processed. So try not to give them dehydrated and all those. Figs, dates can be soaked and given to them. Focus more on healthy nuts like almonds, pecans, pine nuts, macadamia nuts, or pistachios, or sunflower seeds, safflower seeds, flax seeds. All together, at least 30 grams of nuts and oil seeds to 40 grams can be given for post-COVID patients. If the patient appetite is poor, if they are very malnourished, you can prepare something like a dry fruit laddu or a halwa or a milkshake and can be given. If the patient is not diabetic, if they are diabetic, you can just mash this powder, make a powder and add it to roti or any sabzi to enhance the nutritive value of the food. So basically focus more on milk and milk products which give them good calcium, phosphorus, vitamin A and protein. At least 300 ml of milk to be given every day. If the patient is obese, try to give them a low-fat milk and milk products. Curd is really good for them because of the multiple drugs. They develop gastritis, hyperacidity, gastroesophageal reflux. So buttermilk can be given. Add a pinch of ajwain seeds, or you can add dry ginger powder, or you can add some lemon juice, something like that, which can improve the digestion, which can lower the acidity of the patient. This buttermilk can be given 2 to 3 times. If the patient is sick, you can give them thick lassi 2 times, which makes them to give more protein. So egg could be a good option of high biological value protein. So boiled egg preferably every day can be given, and chicken soup or fish stew also can be given. If the patient is having good inflammatory markers, I mean it is under the limit, you can give. If the inflammatory markers are high, the patient is sick, try to avoid non-veg and give them easily digested foods. So basically you can give non-veg in boiled form, curry form or a soup form. So ideally limited amounts of non-veg twice or thrice a week in convalescence period should be okay. Do not fry omelets or eggs. Give them soft boiled because the nutrients get better absorbed to the body and it is easy for digestion. Because the more the fat, the more the processing, it becomes harder for the digestion and the patient can develop bloating and gas distension and constipation also. So give them at least 500 grams of vegetables in the form of boiled or salad or pureed form, or you can make it in a curry form or chutney forms. 1 or 2 fruits. Do not give them fruit juices unless they are really sick and not able to eat. Give them good amounts of non-veg twice a week, at least 75 to 100 grams. Whole egg boiled can be given every day. At least 300 ml of milk and milk products. Whole grain cereals and millets can be given. Softly cooked or very soft fulkas can be prepared. and more so nuts and oil seeds are of great focus. You can give them handful with sauteed nuts, soaked nuts, or fried nuts because they need lot of fat and energy, which are really healthy fats. So these are the basic things we need to bear in mind to come out of COVID illness, to overcome the health issues which we are facing currently. Thank you.